Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Kissy. So today I want to do a reading for the collective. And I wanted to have a conversation first in regards to projections. Um, Perhaps uh, considering, are you projecting and therefore it is, or is it and you're just saying what you see? So a good rule of thumb is if your vision of this person naturally is very positive, but their expression always has a negative experience. Did I just say experience twice? No, expression has a negative experience. And it's not because you added on to an opposition. You were going with the highest vision or highest perception. So, okay, let me say this. Then, for example, you and your best friend, you see your best friend and you think they're great, or you think they are really smart, or you think that they are really beautiful. That's how you think they are because when you interact with them, you can see how smart they are, or you can see how beautiful they are because you're seeing it. Whenever that person expresses themselves, what they're expressing doesn't match what you're seeing. Because what they're saying is, for example, they're communicating that they're unattractive, or they're communicating that they're dumb, or they're communicating in some way, they're communicating that, literally, verbally saying those things. Whether it's about the situation that you're interacting about or about themselves. So when you contradict their expression by putting a boundary that says, no, that's not true, that creates a conflict. Sometimes, most of the time, or it creates some kind of like a negative response of some sort. So if you were to acknowledge that instead of directly blocking how they express themselves, instead you reinforce your position of how you see them, not in contrast to theirs, not directly in contrast, but um, by maybe just how you express yourself, or maybe just how you consider things from your own perspective. There's less conflict of being judged for it. There's less confrontation about it because there's nothing to argue about. There's nothing to contradict. So a person that insists on contradicting simply because of what you now express hasn't quite understood that if what you're expressing is positive, then it should be encouraged. About if what you're expressing is about yourself and it is positive, then they're going to encourage the positive if their vision is as optimistic as yours or realistic even. because it's not about what I think because I think it, because I want to think it. I'm thinking it because I see how like it's not just made up potential. Oh, you'll one day be great if whatever. No, you're actually great at it here and now. You're great at this here and now. You have, I love how you think because I see how you think is very good. It's very positive or it's very, um, it has results. It has results that are positive. Or if I say, everybody says that beauty is, um, sub, is it subjective? Yeah, subjective, right? Like personal. And that's true. You can say that. That is true. But it also is where you can agree that, whether or not someone is beautiful. And we're not talking about just, we're not talking about the deep beauty of a person's soul. No, we're talking about like actual superficial beauty. Like there's a reason you have models. There's a reason actors are picked, you know, the appeal is there. The reactivity to their physical appearance is there. And when it's there, it's there. Or when it's not, it's not. So it's either there because you can see it, the reactivity of it, or it is not there because you won't see it. It won't be a consideration. Lord have mercies. I don't know why I'm talking about this, guys. Please keep in mind, I tap in, I speak what comes through, and I express it as it comes through. A lot of times, because I am allowing the flow, it's not being controlled. So I'm not sitting there controlling what flows through. I'm controlling what uh, the desire to control what comes through, or I'm controlling and it's not even controlling, it's I'm managing those things. It's like I'm not allowing the ego to create a message that is filled with unnecessary aspects that are irrelevant to the whole. You see what I mean? It's like I don't want it to be where I don't know if that made sense. Okay. I really don't. I mean, I'm explaining it because I want it to make sense to other people. And I think the intention of what you do is important so people understand where it's coming from. And granted, this is a general reading. It's um I'm reading energies. I use astrology as a um foundation, okay? And I don't necessarily follow traditional astrological chart readings, but I can tell you that through the intuitive nature of my readings, I am aligned with the astrological aspects. And you can see that. And I appreciate the astrologers, the real astrologers out there that reinforce what I do by actually scientifically proving that the energies are what they are. So thank you. All right. Wow. Listen, we're about to go ahead and put a card on every space, and then we'll add three. Okay. So, collective, real quick, we were talking about perspective, right? Um, so the perspective of this reading is going to be the first and primary is all these aspects are with yourself first, and then extended towards the people that surround you, extended then furthermore to societal matters, and extended furthermore to um, galactic expression, I guess you could say. There we go. Those are, so I should say also, I apply the 12 houses of the astrological wheel, the 12 archetypes, and the places and the planets where I say they are first, second, third, fourth houses. You could take that literally. I mean, it's meant to be, like I said, general. So the alignments may not quite be the exact alignments, but the dynamics are. The dynamics will play out if you notice. I will love to hear your comments, how they match up with what you're going through and what placements you have in your chart. So, I think that's all, folks. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. Oh, wait, yes, there is one more thing. I think what I was going to experiment with, okay, while I do my reading with you is perhaps maybe um not necessarily uh mention the houses and just flow with the story and not explain. I don't know, maybe it's preferable that way. I'm gonna try it out and I'm just gonna flow with it and see how it comes through. Like I said, I try my best not to put my personal, it's not, I'm trying to find a way to make this more clear for I guess maybe the narration more clear because I'm covering all areas of life. I'm covering all signs and I'm covering the astrology holistically. So therefore, to put it all as one cohesive message that can be relatable to a community, that's the goal, I think. Okay? All right. There we go. The study. Oh, you see, that's what I said I wasn't going to do. All right. There we go. I said I was going to flow, damn it. All right. So we have the study, the billiard room, and we have the candlestick. So you could be learning about your partnerships or how you relate and realizing how balanced your relationships are becoming, or you're realizing that you feel more relatable that as opposed to being oppositional when it comes to how you relate yourself and how others see you. It's not such a contrast. It's more, and I think that's part of what we were talking about, perception and how you see things actually, or how you're seeing them in your own ideal, in your own head. So, tangibly, physically, how you see it is actually as it is, meaning someone is good at making candles, you can see it because you see them making candles every day. Therefore, they're good at making candles. My personal opinion, they're the best at making candles, but others can say they're not the best. Okay, they're not the best, but they're good at making candles. So, because they made it. So that's my point. Actual versus opinion kind of thing, just because you want something to be the way it isn't. But when you know that something is what it is what it is. Okay. Oh gosh, I feel so like, oh, that's not like, oh Lord, I don't like to be instructive. Truly, I didn't. I don't want to be instructive, Spirit. Please make this a little more fun for us. Look, I am graced every day that I get to have fun because truly and honestly, this, for me personally, is extremely fun. And it's fun, I'll tell you why. Because I love seeing that what I put out, I see it reflected back, and it's a beautiful thing. Okay? Boom, that's that. Now, the part that I don't like too much is considering the audience that's watching, who I adore and love, for every person that has liked and every person that has viewed. Thank you so very much because it has encouraged me to really participate um, with you. Not that I wasn't before, but it was internalized. Now I want to make it more authentically experienced outside of my own head, like I was just talking about, right? Back to where we were. Oh my God. I feel it's so unprofessional because on the one hand, I just want to come out here and just do what you're expected to watch or what you're expecting. If you're going to be a loyal, consistent watcher of my content, which is what I would love for you to relate to this and feel that it is accurate depiction of the energies as you know them, or as you feel them, or as you experience them. And you can say, wow, this really does align with how I know energies, or how I'm feeling energies, or how I'm experiencing life, whatever that is, or the aspects that I'm dealing with. This resonates. So if that's what I want from my audience with me, then I want to make sure my audience enjoys what I share with them, right? And so if I personally don't feel good being instructor, even though that's what you might expect, then I can't give instruction my best way to do it. So it's like my content is what it is, and the way I express it is going to be the way it comes through. So it's going to be you're either going to like the variety of my expression or you're not going to like the variety of my expression. Because many of the times that I'm doing channeling work, my expression changes according to the energies. So I might sound dull. I could be talking like a Taurus. And I'm not saying Tauruses are dull, but if my communication is slowed down and I don't talk like that naturally, I'm just like doing the motions of that energy. And I've noticed that in my readings in particular, when I use um, this structure, I guess, that I do like the freedom to let their energies guide me to however I'm supposed. And it's not comfortable to be that vessel, to allow yourself the freedom to express whatever comes through, however it comes through, right? Because us personally have an image to uphold, or have an ideal to uphold, or want to be seen a certain way that doesn't naturally go with the flow sometimes. You see? So, oh gosh. See, that's me right there. Maybe I should do like ASMR, but I think I'm too loud for ASMR. And I am working on my microphone, so I am hopeful that sitting in this section versus where the dining area, where I was having issues with the volume, it kept coming in and out. So I apologize for that. Um, but I'm hopeful that as long I feel this way, and this is what spirit has made me believe, honestly, genuinely, that when the message has to get through, it's gonna get through. It's not my job to control what message, uh, what it's almost like saying the message that gets put out gets put out the way it's supposed to get put out. It gets expressed the way it needs to be expressed and it gets received the way it needs to be received. So there's no mistakes in terms of spirit, guidance, and how it plays out and who receives and who doesn't. You know what I mean? So it's like you're gonna receive what's meant for you to receive, and what isn't for you, you're not. It's not my place to say, let me fix it pretty and nice so that this person receives it. Let me make it wild and extravagant so that that person can receive it. No, I'm not here to express something for some in particular goal or reason other than to share the message in hopes that the message that does come through to whoever needs to hear it hears it, and it is the exact message that was needed or the exact uh, point in their space and time that they needed to hear certain thing to continue on their path, to go forward on their path with a new perspective, perhaps, that gives them clarity. Yes, okay, that is the intention. So, yes, you are communicating your self, what you've either learned of yourself or how you balance yourself. It's coming across in your dynamics or it's vibing nicely, okay? So with the rope in the ballroom, oh, look at that. We got the rope here and the rope here. So this is like a double confirmation of commitment, emotional commitment, or committed to um, someone that you care about deeply, feeling perhaps that it's reciprocated, having shared values in some ways, or perhaps having a bond that, oh, this is something else, look. Having your bond go from uh, the intangible to the tangible, from the desire to the manifestation of that desire. You might be communicating or thinking about um, how you invest in your surroundings better. You may be, since this is Mayor Green, Taurus or Scorpio energies, okay? You could be dealing with Taurus or Scorpio in your environment. You could be talking to a Scorpio or Taurus in your environment. You might have a sibling that's those signs, or you could be talking about those matters such as your finances. You could be talking about things that are kind of like secret. You could be sharing with your siblings, private conversations about, um, things going on in the family, but that are private or maybe just one-on-one. Um, this could be any kind of, um, I also feel like it's maybe changes in your environment when it comes to your worth, when it comes to your self-worth, your value is elevating based on your communication. So I feel like maybe you're communicating either with more people in your environment or you're seeing the truth about your environment or the truth about your values. A lot of communication or a lot of thinking when it comes to this commitment or the things that are kind of very that you hold sacred in terms of your feelings and in terms of your thoughts about people you care about. So Oh, there's Mr. Green again. This is Taurus. And just like this is Scorpio. They are one and the same. In other words, they're oppose one another, but their signature is similar, but they show up in different ways. Um, so let's talk about feeling comfortable at home, adjusting still perhaps to the comforts at home, um, maybe perhaps upgrading and creating an environment that's really beautiful for yourself, making your home, maybe you're going green. That could be like or more organic around the home in some ways, but maybe getting some beautiful plants and foliage in your home. Those things are coming up for um, maybe a Taurus or just in general, putting your heart into your home because the wrench represents fifth house energies, your children, love, your passions, um, making your home a pleasure to be in. So let's see what's going on here. We have in the dining room. Oh my God, I hope I'm not talking too low. Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me? All right. Library. In the fifth house, we have the library and the gun. With this, it tells me that I feel like you're returning to a past life love. The revolver is to return to somewhere that feels like home. Okay, and it's usually like home is where the heart is. Dining room is the fifth house. The library is spiritual relationships, Akashic records, past life connections. So returning to a past life connection of someone that you truly love or with someone that you truly love. Um, Trying to return to that kind of love where you feel at home, where you feel passionate, where you feel comfortable, where you feel the freedom of loving, the freedom of your innocence being expressed, your inner child, because the fifth house. Um, just purity of happiness or the purity of um, so it doesn't it means this is where you want to this is what you want to do, this is what you want to be, this is what you want to feel, okay, to return to that, or maybe spirit is saying that this is what you're going to be experiencing when it comes to um, your love life. Remember we said a return to love, so that's what that's looking like, okay. The lead pipe in the billiard room with Professor Plum. This is Gemini or Sagittarius. The lead pipe, we have uh, Virgo or Pisces. So any of these energies might be feeling very balanced at this time when it comes to their routine and their work, feeling pretty much organized. Okay, either they've done their research when it comes to their beliefs, how they communicate, their health, monitoring their dreams, even like being able to uh, make their dreams come true, maybe traveling more consistently or making a habit of travel. Now, whether that's physical travel or astral travel, it could be either way in this where it comes to this. But I see that your vision of yourself has suddenly expanded. Your connection to spirit is being felt more comfortably, more orderly, more naturally. When it comes to one-on-one relationships, you might be dealing with a Aquarius, or it could be a friend that you're dealing with through an organization. It could be a Virgo or a Pisces energy within an organization or within a friend group. You might come into partnership with a Virgo or Pisces person in a within a work environment, or it's like a an organization or something. It could be maybe in your job, or it could be like, but I'm getting more like it's a it's like a friend group, but they work together perhaps. So you just might establish a connection with somebody that you meet through some friends in from your workplace. It's going to be a significant partnership because it's going to have um, past life implications towards it. And I'm not looking at it as romantic, okay? This it just looks like a partnership. I don't know if it's work related, but it looks to me like uh, it is work related. It looks like it has to do with either an organization or a group of friends that come together in a partnerships of some sort. And it looks to be significant, like it'll be part of your work to participate. It could be maybe in the healthcare field, it could be in the technology field, it could be in, it could have to do with relationships. I don't know. It could be the relationship between, how do I put it? It doesn't have to be like romantic relationships, but something to do with the relationship to this. I don't know, man. I can't even give an example right now about that. But I'm getting like some kind of like tech lab, like maybe like bio biogenetics lab. Oh my goodness, what am I thinking about here? Biogenetics lab, and then making like tests and comparing them, the relationship between these elements or these. Lord, so there could be something going on with that. It feels very futury. Every time I see Solicitor Peacock, she is related to like Aquarius energies, which is but more I'm getting more like of the Uranus energies um versus the Saturn type vibes. Saturn comes across differently sometimes in Aquarius. So it depends. But in this case, I'm seeing more of that Uranus, like very like and I don't even know why I'm really so highly focused in this area right now. But it feels like you might come into a partnership with someone that wants to include you in some organization. It has to do with, I don't know if it's healthcare, I don't know if it's biology of some sort, oh goodness gracious. and it's highly technical in the sense of like the way that the studies are created, or I'm just getting a lot of labby. You know what I mean? Like a lot, like very like sterile labs and that kind of stuff, like really sophisticated. Who knows? I don't know. All right. I don't. So let's move forward. Here we go. We have Colonel Mustard in the hall with the lead pipe. So this is a Pisces that's trying to manifest, um, okay, or he's trying not to. There's a Pisces that wants to stay hidden, but is actually going to be exposed. Or maybe they're just going to finally show themselves, express themselves, um, participate in something, but they're definitely coming out of some kind of hiding. And it's whether they want to or not, it seems it's going to come out. Mhm. Moving forward, we have Taurus or Scorpio here, Mr. Green. Mr. Green has completed a cycle with Miss Scarlet, Aries or Libra. A Taurus or Scorpio has completed a cycle with an Aries or Libra individual. The end. Moving forward. March. All right, we have a Libra or a Aries. Oh, I almost said Aquarius, so keep that in mind. That is going to have a status of a partnership in their life. And then we have Chef White, a Cancer or a Capricorn that's going to have to adjust when it comes to this friendship, relationship, or partnership. That could be a boss or a parent that's going to have to deal with an Aries or Libra being known for a partnership of some kind. We have Miss Scarlet, a Leo or an Aquarius. They're feeling quite at home right now in their whatever was meant to be a prison for them is not really a prison. Whatever was supposed to be a restriction, they feel quite at home for some reason. You know how like what some people might see as a negative, this person might be like, there's nothing wrong with this for me. Like I'm good here. Whatever it is. An Aquarius or a Leo might just be really good right now, feeling at home where they're at. Uh, or feeling at home with their it's like they're in a dream right now. They're feeling good. They're feeling really good. So somebody could just be um having a very good experience when it comes to some fantasy, some dream, something that's something that just feels like home. All right, that's all, folks. I think I'll leave it at that. I hope you enjoyed the reading today. I hope it was a little more, what's the word? Is it congruent? I don't know. But you know what I mean, right? I think. All right, bye.